those days, you were using C++.
Well, when I was doing it, it was actually when it was Java. It changed.
Oh.
Chris
Chris
when
was Java, C++.
Chris when I was doing it, when it was C++,
Okay.
and then when I moved to Java, that's when I said,
Yeah, we're recording. No cuss words. All right, we're good. What's the hard thing about decay of a car? I see most of you have nice cars out in the parking lot. And then there's the teacher's cars, which is fine. But what's the problem with when you buy a car? Okay. Now, I always had an argument with this. I had students who used to argue with me going, yeah, but I got a 64 Mustang Fastback. Yeah. What's the problem with a 64 Mustang Fastback? 64. So is it still depreciating in value? So theoretically, a lot of times you could go buy some of these fancier older cars that someone has modified. There's now television shows. So you can show older cars that cost way more than what they originally had. So I've seen some of those shows where you're looking at it going, oh, cool, that's an old Roadrunner. It's got this size engine. Bless you. This kind of engine, this kind of wheels. And all of a sudden it goes to auction and it sells for like $95,000. The thing is, that Roadrunner back in the day, which was a muscle car back in the 70s, probably could have been purchased for $1,400. So it does appreciate in value. So there's something about a car. Now, will every car appreciate in value, and is every car going to be a classic car? There's a lot of cars out there. Is my cool dude Honda Civic? Is it? And I love my Honda Civic because it does well in the snow. Is my Honda Civic going to start appreciating in value soon? No, why not? Because the Honda Civic, okay. It's mass produced. I mean, for the most part, most cars out there are probably never going to regain back in value. Why is that? People are going to have driven them. And they're going to have driven, there's not, I got to see this coming on, hang on. I lost it.
You gotta look up.
It's gone. All right. Hey. So, if I am Honda, or I am Toyota, or I am Ford, or I am Chevy, or I am Dodge, or whomever you want to do, there are cars that are going to be mass produced like crazy. Now, how many 2000 Honda Civic cars are out there? Probably a lot. How many 2001s? Probably a lot. 2002s? Probably a lot. 99s? Probably a lot. 98s? Probably a lot. So what makes that car the classic? And I'm going to focus on a little bit what was stated when we were talking about immunizations. You have that one scenario with the seizures on the immunization. So it's not likely that a vehicle that you are probably going to be driving as your everyday car in life is going to be that high-end value. Now, they show on TV right now the commercials of, it's one of the insurance commercials. Hey, you buy a vehicle for $40,000, you drive it off the lot, the guy T-bones you, and the insurance company gives you $5,000 less than what you just paid for it. What's wrong with that insurance company? Well, nothing. So they're trying to claim that this insurance company here is like, hey, your car is going to be worth this forever. Are they speaking the truth? They might be. They might have a little disclaimer on there saying, hey, your car is worth what you paid for it up until 250 miles. That little small print at the bottom that everyone ignores. Change your screen mode on your TV so you don't have to watch it. So let's talk about something that's going to lose value. Car, let's say, what would be a good, if you were to get, once you get done here, which for some of you is 6 months from now, and you go to college or you go into get some training for a career you want to get into, how long after high school would it be that you feel you might purchase your own vehicle? 3 years? Well, they said 3 years after high school. Could be. Maybe. I mean, I bought a vehicle when I was in college. No. I had a Honda Accord, and I was changing my CD. I had Aerosmith in, and I was switching out. And it had just started raining a little bit. I was looking down. I looked up, and guess what traffic was no longer doing? Going. I rear-ended guys doing about 33, 34 miles an hour. Car caught on fire. I was alright, he was alright. So then I got my insurance money. They had to pay for his vehicle as well. My insurance rates went up. And I bought Camaro. And this Camaro was cool. Now the Camaro I bought had a 6-cylinder engine in it. Right around the same time I bought that, this guy Mark Vine was white. This guy Mark Vine, his dad had a Corvette, and a tree fell on his Corvette.
I heard that too, though.
Okay, so this tree fell on the Corvette, and his dad said, hey, if you pay the insurance, what the insurance will give you for the car, or the deductible on the car, we could take the engine, the transmission, and everything out of this car and put it in your Camaro. So this Camaro went from a dog of, I have a Camaro with a 6-cylinder engine, which sucks, to a 352 port injection, 6-speed transmission. It was fast. Now, it was fast, but of course the transmission didn't line up appropriately, so you actually could look where the gear shifter was right down to the street. But I could blow any Camaro's doors out of the water with this car. And boy, I'll tell you what, I love that car.
What happened to it?
My wife made me sell it when we got married.
Why'd you marry her?
I didn't know that was a disclaimer in there.
You didn't read the title.
It was really starting to have some big problems later. So the particular engine, how we had it mounted, the alternator didn't fit appropriately. So if I hit it real hard, the alternator would die, and I got good at taking out a blazing hot alternator, taking it into Chunker Auto. You put it on the counter, it's melt the hole in the counter, it's so hot. Boom, 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 in and out of the car. I was so good, it was like 15 minutes. As soon as I pulled in the parking lot, the thing was out. I didn't have to disconnect my battery. That's how fast I got it taking it out. So that was kind of cool. That was a fun car. But I will tell you that it's someplace else now. Excuse me a minute. All right, so you're going to buy yourself a vehicle. So we got a thing. So let's say you go and find yourself a vehicle a certain amount of years from now at $25,000. Would that be an okay price for a vehicle? And I understand some of you, look at that price point going, that's what my down payment will be. I got you. So let's say we buy $25,000. What's going to buy me a $25,000 car? Let's go with a Honda Civic. But you know what? We won't make it look too bad. We'll get the windows tinted, and we'll have it painted red. And then we'll be like, dude, it's not really like normal Civic. All right. So, let's say it's going to lose 7% per year. So 7% per year we're going to lose. So we are appreciating value. So I buy the car, $25,000. Next year, what is its worth? If it's going to lose 7%, how much would percentage-wise would it be worth in the year before? Okay, so which would be what? 93%. It's worth 93%. And then the next year, it's worth 93% of 93%. And then the next year, it's worth 93% of 93% of 93%. Then the next year, so it's going to lose some value. So it's going to decrease. It's going to be that kind of graph. And we're going to lose value. All right. So 1 equals AB raised to the x. So y is equal to 25,000. What's my b value going to be? 93. So we have to realize 7%, same thing as 0.07. So we're going to go our B value is going to be 1 minus 0.07, so 0.93. Don't make it 93 because it's going to grow very quickly. And then, so you're buying the car in 3 years after high school, which make most of you 21, 22 years old. You're going to hang on to this car until you're 30. And that's when you're all done. You're into a great career, and then you're buying the Ferrari, right? So after, let's say, 8 years, we want to know what this car is going to be worth. Help me out. Help me out. Somebody with a calculator. 0.93 raised to the 8th power. Whatever that answer is, times 25,000. Let's take it out to pennies. 13,000 what? 989? 55. Do we have a second person to confirm that? You want to know what the problem with selling cars back to a car dealership is? What do people do to cars? Now we put a good stereo in there, put some cool wheels on there. You know what the car dealership does? They go through a checklist and they say this. Oh, you have 4 wheels, good. No, but they've got great rims. $15,000 in rims. So, you got 4 wheels with rims. Yeah, but it's a $2,000 stereo. You have an AM, FM, CD, MP3 stereo. Good. Yeah, but no. So all of these things that people put into their cars, and they expect when they turn around and sell back to a car dealership and put it on a trade, they expect they're going to get everything they put it back into it. And you're not. So is a car a good investment? No. Is it a necessity? Do you need a car for the most part? Public transportation? To continue the lifestyle that you're living, do you feel this is necessary for your life? So listen to my question. To continue the lifestyle that you're currently on, is it a necessity to continue?
No.
All right, take your keys.
Take my keys for a day and see what happens.
No, not a day. The rest
A
of the
year.
school year.
The rest of the school year? Okay, then I'll start taking like the bus or something.
Take that big old yellow memo.
You won't.
You're gonna find out, there's some social gathering where you guys are reading poetry to each other on a Friday night,
I'm just
and you're like, dude, I'm taking the bus. How'd you get here? See that big old?
No, like I'll start taking the RTP. Hey, I'm like walking. I'll take the RTP. Bike ride.
There you go.
Canoe.
Beach on the other side of the reservoir.
Yeah.
I can just see you going down your 70s.
All right. Hey, I have a question. Can I determine when my car, my $25,000 that I paid Honda Civic, when will it be worth $10,000? Which part of my equation is going to be 10,000? The Y is. So what am I looking for then? Which value am I looking for to get to that 10,000? X is time, right? Time in years. I didn't specify that, but we're assuming that. So I'm going to say 10,000 equals 25,000, 0.93 raised to the X. Uh-oh. What? I like that. Divided by 25,000. Can I do that? So what's 10,000 divided by 25,000? It becomes 1 over 25, I think. Or 10 over 25. So 10 over 25 is equal to 0.93 raised to the X. What's 10 over 25 as a decimal? 0.4, okay. So when is 0.4 going to be equal to 0.93 raised to the X? I think this is something that we might have done kind of over here. What is 0.4 going to be 0.93x Actually, you know what I need to do? I did the little trick. How can I rewrite this to look similar to one of those over there? Is it backwards? Is it the right way? Okay, so I'm going to go 0.93 raised to the x is equal to 0.4. So you're going to go here, right? So log base 0.93 of 0.4 is equal to x. All right, those of you that took Algebra 2 last year, how do we make that work on our calculator? Log, you're right, but log how?
You have to like divide by another log, right?
Divide by another log, right? So we have to do the change of base form. You remember that?
Nope.
Okay, here. This is the greatest log equation, I think. If I have log base a of b, that's going to be equal to log b divided by log a. And if log is just by itself, what is log base? If log by itself, it's log base what? 10. Okay. So, taking that property, here we can do this. Taking that property, so log 0.93, 0.4, oops, let's make it better. Log 0.93 of 0.4 is equal to x. So use that property to get me this. How much? 12.6? 12.6? X equals 12.6? 12.6? Was that? So what you do on your calculator is you'd go log 0.4.
If you have a graphing calculator, you can do your alpha window.
Okay. Or you can go log 0.4 divided by log 0.93. $12.6. What does 12.6 mean? 12.6 years. Good. Does this make sense? Does this number make sense? 12.6 years for our car to be worth $10,000. What did we say? So let's see if we can make this work. This here, does that make sense? 12.6 years for our car to be worth $10,000 when we already knew that in 8 years our car was now down to $13,989.55. Is it still decreasing? Uh-huh. That's going to help you finish up what that homework has because there's change of base in there. Now some of your calculators, some of the newer calculators, when you do hit the log button, it's going to go all the way to the subscript automatically. It's going to go log, and it's going to allow you to plug your base in. But if your calculator doesn't do it, the change of base formula works awesome. All right, let's finish up what we have on that backboard, and I'll just keep it going on the front board if that's okay. It looks like number 35 is that 10 to the third equals 1,000, and we want to convert it to a log. Is that right? So number 35, 10 to the third equals 1,000. And I want to convert this to a log. So what's the plan? Do the shell. Okay, doing the shell. So make sure your exponent stuff are on the left side. Shell's going to work nicely. So log base 10 of 1,000 is equal to 3. How might the back of the book answer be written for this type of problem, and why? Huh? No? Yeah, there you go. So the back of the book might read this. Why? Because log as itself is automatically base 10. Then I have, looks like 8 to the 1/3 is equal to 2. Right? Try it. Change your base on me. Make it work. Then I also have, word up. What do you think? Uh-oh. How am I going to change 8 to the 1/3 equals 2 to a logarithm? Snail or not snail? Snail? Okay. So what is it? Up to. Perfect. Uh-oh. We have E. ln. Does natural log have a different base? Yeah. Definition of ln, natural log, is log base e of x. Log base e of x is natural log of x. Okay? So I can still use my snail method on this, or my shell method, but I'm not going to use log, I'm going to use ln. So I have ln So let's go to the definition of log. Let's go to the definition of natural log and log. So log base e is equal to ln. Log base e of x is equal to natural log of x. So I'm going to do this. Log base e to the t is equal to 3. So what does this become? ln, so ln t equals 3. I like it. Using that same principle, what is this one going to become? Nice. Like it. And then this last one, I could use log again, because I don't have an e in there. So what's the last one going to become? Log base p of 3 equals? Love it. Okay. Okay. And then it looks like 45 through 51, we want to convert it back to an exponent. Convert it back to an exponent. Stop. What? All right. Does our shell work the other way? Does our shell work the other way? What do you think? Yeah, so I was using the shell to go convert to a log, and I convert to an exponent using the shell. I think so. Let's try it. Let's see if we can make it work. So I'm going to start here, and I'm going to go this way. So 5 to the first power is equal to 5. Yes or no? Okay, so if that works, what's the base here if there's no base? 10. So 10 to the negative 2 is equal to 0.01. So 10 to the negative 2 is the same thing as 1 over 10 to the second. And 1 over 10 to the second is 1 over 100 is 100.01. Or 1/100.01. Okay? Uh-oh. Yeah. So can I do this? So we know the definition of natural log is log base e of 30 equals 3.4012, which means e to that is equal to that. So e to the 3.4012 is equal to 30. Hey, will someone do that on a calculator? Just tell me if that's close. Go e 3.4012 because it's going to make it an exponent. Is it pretty close to 30? If not, what's still close? Do what? Okay, so it's right about there, approximately. And then last one. Convert it. A to the negative x is equal to m. Huh. So, in the last little bit of time, let's sum up what we did this week. We talked about growth and decay. Exponential growth, exponential decay. Now, you're going to hear terms like it compounds monthly, compounds quarterly, compounds bi-monthly, compounds daily. And then there's one that says compounds continuously. That's how banks work. So if you invest money into a bank or into mutual funds or into stocks, hopefully you would like your money to grow at an exponential rate. You agree? Now, I tell you what, what's been going on this week that has never taken place before for the stock market? Well, then, up until Wednesday, I will tell you, all three of the major markets hit record closing amounts. Is that good for us as Americans? Could be, as long as we have our money in there. Now, what are some of the critics going to say? Buy gold, it's better. Okay. Is gold a good investment? I don't know. I don't know when the last time you went into Circle K to buy a Slurpee and you gave a small little morsel of gold for your... I mean, so theoretically you could sell your gold to a gold buyer. You see those guys with the fancy signs and the more they move out there on the sidewalk saying, "We buy gold." And they're out there dancing, doing this, and going, "Woo!" People are honking and going, "Yeah!" And then you got, there's Zoli's big tomato out there as well. He's waving at everybody. People are waving at him too. Did I? No. So, is gold a good investment? I'd say. I mean, I got gold here on my finger, right here. Is that a good investment for me? Well, I'm married. I'd say good investment. Who do you believe on TV? Good. Good. That's the exact answer. So here's the tough thing on TV. You know what CNN and Fox do? They realize that all of you have grown up watching something called reality TV, and it's awesome to watch. Okay? You guys probably watched, what is it, Survivor was one of those shows, and Big Brother is one of those shows. Naked and Afraid. Bachelor, The Bachelorette. What is it? Bad Girls Club. Do you know, I have a former student from Chaparral High School who is on, oh, help me out, it's a show on MTV now, it's a new one.
16 pregnant.
No. That is a show on MTV, yes. No, is there a show called You're the One or You're Not the One?
Are you the one?
Are you the one? Yeah, she's on that show.
Is she really?
Yeah, Paris Ike.
What?
Her name's Paris, and her last name's Ike. E-I-K-E. And she's on the show. I don't know if she has a different last name. I just heard. So, what does CNN and Fox know? Well, if we convey our programming to be similar to reality TV, which market are we going to grab? You guys! You guys like the entertainment. Now, we all saw some of the horrific events taking place, and there's people that are protesting left and right. You have Ferguson, you have back there in New York. You have these horrific things. every cop in the world is looking like they're bad guys now, right? Why is that? Because we've all been indoctrinated to watch these programming of someone with a cell phone taking a glimpse of the act that took place, which, horrific or not horrific, took place. They're trying to get you to be influenced. So CNN and Fox, they want you to watch their programs. Because if you watch their programs, which are somewhat reality TV now, you're not getting the whole truth. You're getting a very one-sided way of the truth. And that's a pretty dangerous way to lead society. Okay? Do you think all those kids that protested out in Jefferson County earlier this year, remember hearing that? Do you think all those kids kind of knew what the protest was about?
No.
Or do you think it was like, dude, yeah, I'm going. Can we stop at Starbucks? Okay, yeah, I'm going. You know that conversation took place.
Yeah.
Right? East High School just protested. Well, it's because of the choking thing back in New York, and that police officer, I mean, it was on video, the guy choked out a guy, and the guy died. You know, horrible event. And so they all, you know, this is racial discrimination, we're going to walk out. Did every kid know it's racial discrimination? Does every kid know the facts of all the events? No. So are they going to, yeah, let's miss school. I mean, you guys know right now, if someone came walk in and say, hey, seniors, we're walking out right now, let's do it. You have no idea what you're walking out for. You know that there's Starbucks on the way down to the state capitol that you're going to go protest at, and you're like, dude, let's go, and it's going to be awesome. Huh? Yes. So they can watch it. I don't need a car, I'll take public transit. I understand. All right. So we're talking about all of these different realities. I've kind of gone in big circles, which is fine. But I want you to add to the assignment, and I think you can handle this, page 387, 79 through 82, and 83 through 86. So I want you to add this to the assignment, which was last night. So last night's assignment, if you don't remember, it's right here. I don't know. Oh, because these are... I don't know why. I don't know why. I'm just writing what they had on there. I keep writing the wrong stuff down. So that was last night's homework. That's tonight's. Perfect. Hey, who came to my office yesterday? I went home early. I wasn't feeling well.